There we go. Okay, well, welcome everyone. This is our weekly team huddle, and we are so excited to have you on. My name is Missy Hides. I'm an independent consultant and executive regional vice president with Arbonne. And this is a team call for my region, as well as Lori Huffman, who is also a new regional vice president, which is oh so exciting, here in Louisville or Crestwood, Kentucky, and we are going to be putting out the details hopefully this week on the car presentation for Lori. And this is really an event that everybody in this team wants to capitalize on. You want to come, you want to bring guests, you want to prioritize it. There is nothing better for a business than a car presentation, in my opinion, because it's just proof. It's evidence that there's normal people, real people, people in the vicinity, the team that you're a part of, that are finding success. And so when I first started Arbonne, obviously it was different in that we didn't have the technology that we do today. And so we couldn't connect up in ways like this. And so it was really told of me, if anything was within 4 hours, a 4-hour drive, that it was highly recommended that I go to it. Didn't matter if it was I used to drive to Nashville to go to Discover Arbonne meetings. I'd drive down and come back. That's 3 hours. I would drive to Indianapolis for a training. I would drive to Northern Michigan for car presentations, to Ohio, because the more that I could get around the culture and the more that I could absorb what was happening within the team and in the company, the more I knew that it served my business. And so I just really want to encourage you guys that wherever you are in the team, especially if you're within 4 hours of driving, that you would really prioritize that event. We are going to do team training in the morning, or Arbonne consultant training in the morning. It's not just for our team. We're going to have some top MVPs coming in to share, which is going to be so awesome. And then we're going to have the car presentation from 1 to 3. That is also definitely driven to be guest friendly. Okay, so that is something that people that are in the funnel, people that are in the pipeline, people that you've been talking to or that you're going to talk to after tonight's call, because we're going to talk about sponsoring, you want to be inviting them to that and really just saying, I want to just show you what's possible. I want to, give you just a taste of what's happening, because really there's so much out here and available, and they're just going to walk away, not only impressed, but it's going to be impressed upon them. That's one of the things I love. I think Peyton Schneider was one of the first people that I heard it say. She just said, I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to impress upon you what Arbonne can offer you. And that's really what the heart of the car presentation is going to be, as well as celebrating the team and all the exciting things that you all have accomplished. So I just want to jump in tonight. I want to do 2 quick announcements, and then we're going to jump into really the meat of the training tonight, which is going to be on sponsoring. But the first thing is to remind you, actually I have 3 announcements. First thing is to remind you is that tomorrow is the last day for the Blockbuster ASVP. So if you have people that you've been chatting with them, you maybe been messaging back and forth, you've been talking to them about the nutrition program, but they haven't yet pulled the trigger, use the urgency of tomorrow being the last day that they can get it, to capitalize on that. They're going to get the full 30-day kit of products. They're going to get the eye gel masks. They're going to get their free gift, and they get free shipping with a PC account. You can also offer them the consultant account. So they're going to get the Blockbuster ASVP, they're going to get the free gift, and they're going to get the 4 essential oils. Okay, it's an incredible value of product, and we don't want to, these are the opportunities as a business owner that Arbonne provides for us, that all we have to do is maximize on them and capitalize on them. Okay, it's not costing you anything to offer people this incredible deal at a discount. So all of our jobs is just to go follow up, circle back one more time, and ask people. Our next 30 Days to Healthy Living group, which will probably be opening tomorrow or Tuesday, is starting on Monday the 21st. Okay, again, this is an excellent group for people that you started telling 30 Days to Healthy Living about in December. They just couldn't decide in time to be part of the January 7th group. And so you're going to circle back with them, and you're going to re-invite them, re-ask them, just offer to partner with them for that next round starting on the 21st. Okay, so if you have people that are going to be doing it on the 21st, I would really recommend that they get their order in really probably no later than Tuesday night. So obviously it would make sense to get it in by tomorrow night so that they can capitalize on that blockbuster ASVP. Okay, and then the last announcement is that we are having our first team virtual event this Wednesday. The group has been set up. Remember, this is kind of a layered two-step process. The group has been set up. It's called Life by Design Virtual. So if you're not yet currently in that group, go and there's a post in the team page about it. Just go click on it, ask to join it. Once you're in the group, you're going to see that there's been an event created called Make an Impact, Make an Income. And I am going to be posting in that event. Starting this morning, I did the first post up until Wednesday night. Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go live, sharing the opportunity, sharing the power of a social marketing business, sharing the power of now, why people want to look at a business, why they want to look at Arbonne now, and inviting them to do that. Then we will have some follow-up posts, and then we will be closing out the event on Saturday. Okay, so these are timed events. They're really designed to give you 4 events on your calendar every month. Okay. What I want to ask you all is several things. The first is I want to ask you to really work to add 10 people to the event. I think the last time I looked, we had 20 or 25 people in the group. And so if we all go to work and we all add 10 people, we're going to have over 200 people in the event, which will be excellent. Okay, it's going to create energy. It's going to be exciting. People will be like, oh gosh, like 200 people in an event. That's awesome. And you can do that by playing your part and adding 10 people. Okay, remember to ask permission. Remember to not just dump people into the group or the event that have no idea. So if you're wanting to dump in like all 300 of your Facebook contacts, don't do that. This is really a personal approach where we're reaching out to people and giving them the opportunity to hear about Arbonne from the comfort of their home or their phone this coming up Wednesday night. You're going to add people to the group first, and then you're going to add them to the event. You can tag them in the event in the comments as I'm making posts so that they can see that in their feed. After the event is over, we will delete the event, but the group will stay, and you don't have to delete them out of the group because the more I thought about it, there isn't going to be any ongoing posting in that group, so they're not going to get notifications, they're not going to get annoyed with anything like that, but they might see upcoming events, whether it's the skincare, the nutrition, oils, cosmetics, whatever we cover, that might capture their attention. And like we said, most people need 5 to 6 exposures before they're going to say yes. So it's a great place for them to kind of just keep getting exposed over and over again. Set a reminder on your calendar. This virtual presentation really is priority for your business over everything else outside of your own face-to-face like one-on-one or party. Okay, those would really be the only things that I would say would take precedent over this. But we need everybody to be hopping on at 9:30. We need there to have good energy, to have interaction, to have commenting, because it will just benefit the whole. I'm not asking you to do that for my benefit. I'm asking you to do it for each of your own benefits, because the more, just like a meeting in person, if you don't have a guest, you still need to come, because the people that did bring guests need to see who is on the team. If you only show up when you have a guest, then all you're doing is you're only thinking about your own business. And that's not how anything in life works. When you sow into things, you get to reap the harvest. Okay, so I'm going to really ask that you set that reminder and be on. And then the last thing is every person who agrees to be added to the event, watch the event, there is a link that you can send them from your CRM. Okay, so you go to the dashboard and you see different, I think there's 6 different options that you can have. You go to the CRM, and there is a getting to know you kind of a tab. And if you click on that, it will bring up basically a guest profile, an electronic guest profile sheet that they can put their name, telephone number in, email. They can actually put their physical address. They can put what the things are that they would be interested in. It has, you know, categories for products or business. And you send them that link and you just say, hey, I'd love for you to fill this out quick before the event. It'll just help me get to know you a little bit better, and then I can keep you in the loop. You want to be adding, you know, a CRM is a customer relationship manager. It is like a ongoing Rolodex from your computer that Arbonne is sending you. I don't use it a lot yet, but when I do use features, I love it. Like, it tells me who should I follow up with, because this is the last time they ordered protein powder or detox mask or, you know, fizzy sticks. And so a lot of those things, if you have moments where you're like, I don't know what to do today, you can just open up your CRM and it'll tell you exactly what your to-dos are and your tasks are for the day. So that little link, the getting to know you link, is really helpful in capturing people's information, because more than likely people that you're inviting to the virtual, they haven't, you know, yet maybe had an appointment with you or sat down with you to for you to have like that information. There's all kinds of people that you can be inviting to the event. Absolutely everyone who is currently doing the 30-day program in the January 7th group, you want to be inviting. You want to, you know, just let them know, hey, we've got this virtual event. I'm going to post some verbiage tomorrow that you can be using to text out and message out and invite people. But it's just a place of another touch point, another exposure. I know you're loving the products. I know that you're enjoying the first, you know, 7 days of the 30 days to healthy living. There's an incredible opportunity attached to these products. And I'd love for you to just join us on Wednesday night for a quick 15 minutes to hear a little bit more. Okay. That's what this is going to be looking like. So if you've got questions about anything pertaining to the virtual, please put those in the chat and I will address those at the end. Okay, so this is the time. Before we get to sponsoring, this is, I had this here and then I kind of forgot those here. Okay, so I have a few things that I can share with you all from Maui. So if you have been seeing my posts, if you've been, maybe you've friended other MVPs in Arbonne or you follow them, there is quite an excitement that is coming out of Maui. I've been in Arbonne for a long time, for 14 years, and there is more buzz, more excitement. I have gotten more texts about what's coming than ever before. It is not hypey. It is not anything just to get people excited. We last year were bought out by an investment group called Group Rocher. The CEO is incredible. I got to meet him personally on the AIT trip. He is brilliant. He is kind. He is for us. He understands the culture of Arbonne, and his vision for where we are going to go is so exciting. And so they're putting things in place to facilitate growth in the field. Okay. And so a couple of the things is that you really want to be capitalizing on this month's promotion, which is the reduced district manager qualification to get to district manager in 1 month. And you want to maximize that by helping 3 people all hit 3,500 QV this month. What that will do, and this doesn't matter if you are a brand new consultant or if you're me or Lori, we all want to be working to get back to area manager qualification by helping 3 new people all hitting 3,500. That's across the board, no matter if you're a district manager, area manager, VP, or new consultant. That's really the game plan, and the focus for this month is you personally work to do that. If you have other teammates that you're partnering with and working with, this is on top of that, okay? And you really want to do that because they have things lined up over the next 90 and 120 days to position you to get your next 1 to 2 promotions. I can tell you that according to the MVPs on our team, there is phenomenal is what they told me. Phenomenal new product coming out next month. Okay, next month is in like 3 weeks. So you want to be, again, we're going to talk about sponsoring tonight, and you're going to be wanting to fill the funnel. You're wanting to get capturing people in the 30-day program. You want to be having people try the skincare. You want to be gathering groups, getting them plugged into the virtuals. You're just looking to touch lots and lots of people so that when a new product comes out, instead of just circling back to all the people that you called in December or November about new product, then you've got those people plus new people. They're going to be launching another promotion in March. And what I was told is that you want to be running for your next level of promotion by GTC. I don't have any other details on that. That's what I can tell you. And so when I am told things like that, and when I'm told that I can tell those things and pass those things on to you all, I don't take that lightly. That is strategy. That is business planning. That is getting your ask in gear so that you're not left on the sidelines. Okay. So many times in life, we see people doing things and we're like, oh man, she's so lucky, or he's so lucky. This is what you're looking for. Luck is just when preparedness meets opportunity. I'm giving you, because it was given to me, what we need to be prepared when the opportunity launches in February or March or April. It's going to appear that your business is lucky. It's not lucky. It's just you were prepared and you did what you needed to do so that when the opportunity was presented, you were ready. Okay. So that's, sometimes in these businesses, people are like, what's the secret sauce? What's the key to success? And this is it. It is harnessing when we're given information and not just letting it go in one ear and out the next, and then be waiting and then wondering, like, why can't I get to district manager? Why can't I, find my team? Okay, this is what we need to be doing. So it's very exciting. So excited. And I know that there have been great seasons of growth in Arbonne. Like with every business, there have been seasons where we haven't had growth, but we are absolutely coming back into incredible momentum. Like I shared on a team call several weeks to a month ago, that there is a momentum within the core, the heart, the belly of the field, which is all of us, that really cannot be explained. Meaning it is coming from this place of we have what people are looking for, and all you have to do to grow to that next 1 to 2 to 3 levels is be sharing it. It's not a systematic thing. It's not this team that's leading with nutrition, or this team that's leading with virtual, or this team that's leading with in-home skincare parties. That's who's being successful. There's this overall wave of momentum and success that's happening right now in Arbonne in ways that they've never seen before, because what we have is positioned for what the market and people are wanting and needing. And so we are all in an incredible place. And I hope that what you're hearing will keep you up tonight, just for a little bit, really chewing on, how far can I get my business this year? How far can I really grow this business? How many people can I really help get to the next level? Can I not only become a VP, but how many people can I help become a VP? That's the vision, you guys, that you want to be chewing on, is not how far can you go, but how many people can you help get to, area manager, VP, and VP. Okay. So really excited about all those things. I want to switch now, and we're going to talk about sponsoring with confidence. This is a skills training tonight. So if you're a note taker, grab a piece of paper and a pen. We're going to be talking about sponsoring, because like I just said, oftentimes what appears to be luck is not luck at all. It's this preparedness that meets opportunity. And a major component in the business of Arbonne that is in the category of preparedness is sponsoring. Okay. Sponsoring is the lifeblood of your business. And I know that if you've been around Arbonne for more than maybe 90 days, you have heard this. But I really want you to understand that your personal sponsoring and the sponsoring of your team is what's creating next month's business. So our focus needs to be on our sponsoring, not necessarily the QV. The QV will take care of itself when we take care of the people. And the people is the sponsoring part. A great measure, a rule to be measuring your business at is that your business is growing when you have 2 signups per 1,000 QV. So if you have 2,500 as a district manager, you want to have a minimum of 5 signups. That means you're growing. If you are a district manager and you do 2,500 in sales and you have 0 signups, yes, you have hit your maintenance. Maybe, yes, you got reorders, but more than likely you're not growing, and you're certainly not going to be growing for the next 30 to 60, 90 days on that activity that happened. If you are a district manager and you do 2,500 in sales and you have sponsoring that looks more like 10 to 15, you are absolutely on a growth curve to become an area manager, typically in those next 60 to 90 days. Okay, so your sponsoring is what's going to determine the speed and the increase of your growth. So,
hey, Missy.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Could you say that the numbers one more time? I had to grab my pen.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can apply these numbers personally or across your team. So as let's use area manager numbers. As an area manager, your business maintenance every month is 10,000 in sales. To know that you're growing, your sponsoring in your area would be 20. If your sponsoring is more like 10, and you're doing 10,000 in sales, you're more like kind of just maintaining where you're at, but you're not really growing. When you have 2 signups per 1,000, you're growing. And this is not a number that I made up. This is not my own personal theory. This is from years in Arbonne. I have heard this at a gabillion trainings. ENVP Linda Parker, who might be one of the smartest numbers people I've ever met. This is like her strategy on growth and tracking your growth. So if you are working this month to promote to district with the 3,500 QV, you really want to be shooting for 7 signups. The 7 don't have to all be direct to you. If that 3,500 gets broken up between you and 2 other consultants, then the 7 signups can get broken up between you and 2 other consultants, okay? But that's a gauge of seeing where is my business. And you might want to go back even over the last 90 days if you've been in Arbonne and kind of look at what's happening with your sponsoring. Is your sponsoring good? Is your sponsoring maintaining? Is your sponsoring horrid? Is your sponsoring growing? You can see that. It's a really clear gauge. It's a much more indicative marker of growth of a business than QV. Okay? Because as we all know, we saw in, December, you can run BOGO and you can scoop in tons and tons and tons of volume. But it doesn't mean that we did a lot of new business, and sponsoring is new business. Okay. Sponsoring also occurs, you all, in your business when you start thinking more about others than you think about yourself. And I know that might sound like harsh or unkind or unloving, but it's not. It's really the most loving thing that I can tell you, because think about, for every one of us, the most loving and kindest act that our sponsor did was share this business with us. My life is forever different because my sponsor was willing to tell me about it. I have a life at 38 with an incredible paycheck and a paid for Mercedes and a lifestyle of choice and time. I have 4 children. 3 of them are in private Christian school, and I have a husband who's choosing to do a job that's great, and it's perfect fit for our family, largely because of Arbonne. And so all I have towards my sponsor is gratitude. All I have towards her is gratitude. And the same is for every one of you. The person that introduced you to Arbonne gave you the opportunity to change the trajectory of your life. So we need to remember and to work from a perspective and a position of, I am offering this next person tomorrow morning before 12 noon the opportunity to change the trajectory of their life. When we start looking at people and how we can serve them, how we can share this with them, why would we want to keep this to ourselves? If you find yourself walking away from conversations and you're like, ugh, should have shared Arbonne with them. You didn't share it with them because you were more concerned about yourself than you were them. You were more concerned about how they would see you, how they would receive you, how they might reject you, what they would think of you, than what this business could offer them. So sponsoring comes from this position of we're thinking more about others than we're thinking of ourselves, okay? So sponsoring is the lifeblood of the business. That's the first thing. Second thing is the team you have now will give you the volume you have now, okay? The team you have now will give you the volume you have now. You can map out your current team, and if they've been each doing 2,500, you can be like, well, they can all go bonus, so we'll be at 5,000 and we'll grow from 10 to 20 without adding anybody new. That doesn't happen, you guys. It just doesn't happen because the team that you have now is giving you what they can. So in order to grow to the next level, you have to add new people, and you have to teach those on your team who want it how to add new people. This was a principle that was shared with me early on in my business, and I will be honest, I was a little bit stubborn about this, and I was a little bit uncoachable, but it has proven to be true. I have seen it play out in my own business. I have seen it play out in Lori's business. The team you have that took you to district manager is not the team that's going to take you to area manager. The team you have when you're an area manager is not the team that's going to take you to region. And the team that took you to region is not the team that's going to take you to nation. Okay, I'll repeat that. So when you started your business, you grew to district manager, right? And you maybe did that with 1, 2, 5, 6 people, okay? When you grew from district to area, more than likely, there was a lot of new people in that team. And some of the people that were with you when you grew to district are actually no longer active in your business as you grew to area. They came into your business for a season and then they left. They were a blessing and they're great, or they're, a grandfather consultant now and they just purchased the product, but they're not actively building. If you're an area manager and you're looking to grow to region, the team that helped you promote to area is not the team that's going to help promote you to region. You have to add new team, right? Because the team that took you to area, they can do 10,000. The team you need to get to region is 40,000. Those people can't do 4 times the work. That's not how this business works. We multiply out by 4 times. We don't work 4 times harder. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, put it in the comments and I'll come back to it. So you must go out and find new people. So third point, where do we find new people? We find them everywhere. We find them everywhere, and we find them when we are on purpose. You need to be on purpose when you leave your house. If you are not actively leaving your house with the intention, with the thought process, the mindset of, I'm looking for someone that I can share Arbonne with today, you're more than likely missing opportunities, okay? There are things that we go about in our day, we get on autopilot, we just don't pay attention, and we miss opportunities all of the time. And if you would be on purpose, you will realize that you can go through your day and you can add like 5 new people to your list about your business. You could probably set up an overview that would happen the next day. You find somebody that you can drop some samples to or send a link to the 30 Days to Healthy Living People are everywhere. So you want to be on purpose when you're leaving the house. If you don't have a job that's taking you outside of your house, you have to leave your house. You do. Not all the time, but you have to just get out and find places where people are gathering. It can be the mall. It can be the library. It can be church. It can be a gym. There are people everywhere, and you need to be with people, okay? The other place is be on purpose when you get on social media. If you're going to be on social media, use it to funnel business to you. Do you all realize that there are over 2 billion people on Facebook? And there are over 100 million people a month that use Instagram? So gone are the days where we have the excuse of, I live in a small town, I live in a really rural area, I live in a big city, and I don't really know any of my neighbors or anybody. All of those excuses that maybe could have worked 10 years ago, like when I started, they don't get to work anymore because we have unlimited access to unlimited amounts of people through social media, but we need to be on purpose. Being on purpose on social media means, again, you're more concerned about how could Arbonne serve her or him or them than, oh gosh, I'm not measuring up to them. Oh gosh, they're doing so great in their life. Or, oh my gosh, look at that house they're building. Or, oh, they're taking another vacation. Or, oh, I'm getting so intimidated and comparing and feeling bad about myself. Or on the opposite end, you're trying to do things to really impress people with all of your posting. Don't do that. Just be you, be normal, post some things that are relative and relevant to you, but then use social media to go find people. Come up with some hashtags, come up with some things, find people that you have things in common with. Me, I'm a mom of 4, and almost every one of my hashtags, I put mom of 4 girls, because there's gonna be mom of 4 girls who wanna follow me, and we have lots of things in common that we don't have in common with moms of 4 boys or moms of 1 kiddo, right? So look for those ways that you can connect with people. When people are sharing on social media all the time how they need Arbonne. It can be in their complaining that they don't have enough time. It can be in their, something about their health. It can be in a concern. It can be in an article they post, okay? So be on purpose when you're on social media. Be on purpose about your ask. You're asking. You're interested more than interesting. You have to know about people to know how Arbonne can be a fit for them. I went and got my hair cut last week by a new gal. I liked the gal that I was with before, but she was very anti-Arbonne, not open to it at all. And if I'm going to do business with people, I want them to do business with me. So I saw this girl. She'd been recommended by 2 very separate friends of mine on Facebook within a week's time. And I thought, well, that's kind of coincidental. I'm going to reach out and book an appointment with her. And I did. We had she did great. And everything about the conversation was just me getting to know her. And she asked me stuff about me. And she's never heard about Arbonne. She only is working 4 days a week at the salon. It's really not enough income for her. She's getting married next October. And what do you know? We have a one-on-one appointment on Tuesday at 1:30 because she would love to hear all about what it could offer her. Okay, so I wouldn't have known that if I would have gone and been like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a perfect hour to just get all of my stuff done on my phone. I can do all my 30-day posts. I can respond back to all my emails and just been like, oh, I'm just going to take this for me time, right? I would have missed that opportunity for me, but really more, I would have missed that opportunity for her, you guys. This is like, I could potentially be changing her life come Tuesday when we get together for coffee. And that's exciting. That's motivating. Okay. So be on purpose with the asking. Ask people questions. Ask your servers at restaurants questions. Just, even if you just need places to practice, like when you're at Kroger, it's ask the person like, oh, how long have you been working here? How long have you been a cashier? What time do you get off tonight? And just get in the habit of being interested in people instead of trying to be interesting and come up with your big Arbonne thing. You don't need that. If you're interested in people, they're interested in you because very few people are interested in other people. Right? So understand that and know that that's just a natural way to attract people to your business. Last thing on this point about people is work to add 2 new people to your list every day. If you will do this at the end of 30 days, you will have 60 new people on your list. These people, again, can come through social media. They can come through your Instagram accounts. They can come through just the bank teller at US Bank. Haven't seen her before. Her name's Kim. And that might be all, but what you're doing is it's a way to train the brain to notice people. When you get them out of your brain and onto paper, it brings back people that have been stored in there for a long time that you forgot, like friends from elementary school, family, girlfriends of boy cousins that you hung out with in high school that you haven't now seen in 20 years. It's going to make space for those people when you get these other people on the list. And so it's just a really good skill of a professional social marketer to add 2 people to their list every day. Okay, I got 2 more points and then we're going to wrap this up. So that was 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're on to 4. So we sponsor with confidence. You will sponsor with confidence when you are convinced that this is the very best gift you have to offer other people. If you are not yet convinced of that, as of tonight, that this is the very best thing that you could offer someone, then you have to start figuring out how to build that belief to have that kind of confidence, okay? That will come when you build the belief. The belief is built through staying connected on calls like this. There's lots of people in this team. We only have 20 people on this call tonight. The people that are on these calls on Sunday nights are the people that are sponsoring, because this is the way that you build the belief. There's nothing wrong with not being on these calls, but there's no one that's not on these calls who's blowing up their business and sponsoring like crazy. It just doesn't work that way, okay? It also comes through staying connected by going to the meetings, by going to the trainings like Bash and Nash, by going to GTC, by making the sacrifices necessary so that you can be around the people who will build your belief. If you're doing 30 days to healthy living, who do you need to be spending your time with? People that are going to encourage you in that, people that are going to champion you in that, not the people that are going to make fun of you, or people that are going to discourage you, or people that are going to be shoving pizza and cakes and cookies in your face. That's not who you need to be spending your time with. It's the same thing with Arbonne. Who are you spending your time with? Are you spending your time with people that are building your belief, that are encouraging you in this, that are telling you that you can do this? Or are you spending your time watching TV, watching other people live their dream, around people who are grumbling and complaining that they've got to go to work tomorrow, that there's, always working for the man, whatever it is? You have to be in control of who you spend your time with and who you let have influence over you. And you have a great place in this business to build your belief through the people. You also build your belief when you fill your mind with stories of success, strategies, and skills. And that all comes, you all, through Learn and Burns, through SoundClouds, through getting on YouTube. You can YouTube and listen to unlimited hours of training by Carlita Nelson, and it is excellent. Carlita Nelson is Carleeta Nelson. She is a top 10 income earner. She has a heart of gold. She did a Team Huddle call for us. She's incredible, and she has a fabulous YouTube channel. You can YouTube Mariah Grunert, the young 21-year-old who is almost a national vice president 9 months into her business. She's got YouTube videos. You can YouTube Peyton Schneibner. You have access to anyone that you want to have access to, and listen and fill your brain. We talk about our cars being our rolling university, right? We have wireless earbuds. We've got all kinds of things that we can be listening to all of the time to build that belief, to fill up that picture. You also might need to borrow other people's belief until you have your own. Okay, in the beginning of the business, I was unsure of some things. I was intimidated. I was nervous. I wasn't convinced that this was the very best thing that somebody could be doing. And so in order to be successful, I had to borrow other people's stories. I had to borrow stories like Dr. Deanna Osborne. And I thought, my gosh, if this woman is brilliant enough to be a medical physician, and she's married to a medical physician, and yet she chooses to do Arbonne, this must be a good deal. You know, and so use people's stories. I can tell you all that I am undeterred in my confidence and conviction in this is the most incredible thing that we can offer people. It is not perfect, but it is better than anything out there that anyone is being offered. It is better. So if you can't get around that this is like perfect, it's not perfect. You don't have to get there. You just have to understand it is better. You can line this up with what anyone else is doing, and this is better. And when you operate with that level of confidence, you sponsor. I had no qualms about talking to the gal that was cutting my hair because I knew what I could offer her was better than anything she has yet done in her life up to age 30, which is what she is. And so you know that. And if you meet people and they're really successful and they're really wealthy and they have these big corporate jobs or attorney, positions, or they're physicians, what they don't have, you all, is lifestyle and choice. They have golden handcuffs, meaning they are tied to their life because of the income that they can produce, but they have no choice and they have no freedom and they have no lifestyle in the way that Arbonne can offer choice and lifestyle, okay? So know that. It's not perfect, it's just better. And then the last thing is in sponsoring, you get what you expect. What is your expectation when you are talking to people? What is your expectation when you're doing an overview? The 3-step process is ask, present, sponsor. That's what you expect. I expect when I ask people, it will lead to presenting. When I present to people, I expect it will lead to sponsoring. So we ask a lot. We ask every day. We ask again. We ask often. We ask. I said it already, but we get our ask in gear. Get your ask in gear. Kick your ask in the pants a little bit. Girls, boys, let's do this, right? You've got big goals for your year. You've got big dreams for a paycheck and a lifestyle. It will come with the asks, okay? So that's where it's going to come. So remember, this is one thing that was really helpful for me in the beginning. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. Some will, some won't, so what? Next. Some will, some won't, so what? Next. That is how you need to approach these asks. Some are going to say yes. Some are going to say no. It doesn't matter. Next. I know you've heard this before. It's always helpful to be reminded of it. It's like the person that works in McDonald's and they're on, or Starbucks, and they ask, can I take your order today? And somebody will order. They'll ask, would you like something else? They'll say, nope, no, thank you. They don't overanalyze like, oh, did I ask in the right way? Should I have said it this way? Should I have done it different? Nope, they're just like, next, right? It's the same thing with this business. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And the wrong person just means it's not their time. That's what it means by the wrong person. It's just not their time, okay? So when you have that mindset of some will, some won't, so what, next, it frees you up to get to the next. And the more next you get to, the more no's you go through, your yes is coming. So just understand that in the yes, in the asking. Second thing is we present. You offer what works for them. Do they want to see a video? Do they want to meet with you one-on-one? Do they want to have a group event? Do they want to be plugged into a virtual? Do they want to try the 30 days to healthy living? It doesn't matter, you guys. You have a toolbox that's full of different ways that you can present the full Arbonne story, products, and business to every person that you ask, okay? But by listening, by being on purpose about asking and understanding how you can connect up Arbonne to their life, to their needs, to their desires, to their dreams, to their discontents, it will clue you in to how you can present. If you meet with somebody, a woman, she's in her mid-40s, she's a full-time working professional, maybe owns her own law practice. Let's say she's got 6 children at home, and she's like, oh, that's so sweet of you to ask, but I could not fit one more thing into my schedule. I am so crazy busy. She is not the person that you asked to host for you. She is not. She is the woman that you say, I totally get it, but I absolutely believe that this has the potential to change the trajectory of your lifestyle. If I sent you a video, would you be willing to watch it? That's how you present to someone who tells you, I absolutely don't have one more second in my day to carve out to Arbonne. You don't ask them to host a party for you, because what that tells them is you heard nothing of what I just said. I just told you I have no time, and you asked me if I could give you 2 hours. Okay? So it's the same thing with if you meet somebody and they're like, oh my gosh, I love products, I love people. You don't say, if I sent you a video, would you be willing to watch it? You ask them, oh my gosh, girl, I love parties too. Would you have some friends over? We'll have a great time. I'll bring all this stuff. It'll be a blast. That's how you present to her or to him, okay? That's what that looks like. You present based on what will fit them because of what you've heard from them. And the last thing is you sponsor. We're going to sponsor a lot. We're going to work with those who do, not with those who say. And that is a hard thing sometimes when we're sponsoring people, is that we want to carve out all this time for people to get them launched, to partner with them. But if they don't get going, it's the same thing. You got to move with those who are moving, not with those who are talking. I have been in this business a long time. I've had lots of people tell me, I was one of those people. I can still be one of those people at time and tell you I'm going to do X, Y, Z. But unless I put it on my calendar, my words mean nothing. Okay? So you don't make time in your schedule for people who tell you what they're going to do. You make time in your schedule for people who are doing what they say they're going to do. Don't be, because what this will do is this will free you up from 2 things. It'll free you up from feeling like you're going to sponsor more people than you can handle. So many times I have seen consultants and like, oh my gosh, I've got these 3 girls and I just don't know when I can launch them and how this is all going to go. And so you slow down on sponsoring 4, 5, and 6 in the month because you're waiting for 1, 2, and 3 consultant that you sponsored to get going. And by the end of the month, all you've sponsored is 3 instead of 6 because you were nervous that you were going to be overwhelmed with too many people. Having too many people launching is an excellent problem, and it's not a problem because we can handle that. We plug them in where they can go do this business with or without you. That's how this business plan is designed, okay? So don't be afraid of that. The other thing is if you are wanting to really grow your business, don't be afraid of being quote unquote unbalanced. You are going to be unbalanced, okay? When I have friends or family or people that are like, hey, this time of year, people are all getting their running schedules because they're all going to train for the mini marathon and, the full marathon. None of them say things like, I'm just really nervous about, becoming too unbalanced in my schedule in order to carve out 97 hours to go run so I'm ready for the mini marathon or the full marathon, right? So in your Arbonne business, understand that there are going to be times when you are sponsoring and when you're sponsoring a lot that you will be unbalanced. It is not forever and it is not always, but understand it's not anything that you have to be afraid of. And it is an amazing thing to have in your business, in your personal business, in your team business, when you have lots of new people coming in. It is fun. It is full of energy. It's exciting. I love every single time I see somebody new coming in to our team. I'm in other VPs teams, and I get just as excited when I see people being added to their team. It's exciting. It's motivating. It's understanding that every person that just has said yes has the potential to change the rest of their life and be and have and do and become things they never thought possible. And that is what we have in this business, okay? So we are going to become people who sponsor with confidence. We're going to become sponsoring superstars. You need to walk around. You need to say out loud, I am a sponsoring magnet. I can't help but attract people to my business. Everybody wants Arbonne from me. I can't help but find new consultants to add to my team every day. You choose to speak life over your business or you speak death over your business. Speaking death over your business is, I can't find anybody. Nobody wants to do this with me. Everybody that I sponsor doesn't do what they say they're going to do. That's speaking death over your business, okay? You speak life and you're going to get life in your business. You speak death, you're going to get death in your business, okay? So that's what I wanted to cover tonight on sponsoring with confidence. I absolutely believe that if you will take hold of these things that you've heard tonight and you get prepared and then you get into activity, when Arbonne starts launching these opportunities, it's going to create an incredible energy. It's going to feel like this all of a sudden luck is happening in your business, and it is not. It is just the result of being prepared and doing the work and adding people to the funnel so that when new products come out and new incentives come out and new promotions come out, you have an army of people ready to take hold of it and take advantage of it. Okay? So I will put it back on gallery view. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to go through the chats here real quick. Oh, good, Fallon. Yep. Asses, asks, all those things. She said, let this light a fire under all of our asses. Super pumped. I'm super pumped too. If you can't tell, I'm so pumped. And I get it. It's 10 o'clock, but here's the thing. If you want to hop off, you sure can. But this is good stuff, and this will build your business, and this will take your business to the next level in the next 90 to 20 days if you will apply it. So anybody want to comment, questions, anything like that?
Say, Missy, I may not sleep tonight.
Woo! That was my goal.
That was awesome. I was like, I think I got hand cramps. I was like frantically writing. You hear it before, but it's great to hear a whole nother. You had a couple phrases in there that we needed on a mug. Like the most loving and kindness act that you can do is to share this. That is awesome. Yeah, it's good stuff.
You know, and I just think it's just true. And I just, thank you for sharing that. I just, it's important. Our team is positioned in the right place, you all. We can have incredible growth. Each one of your businesses can have incredible growth, and it can come from a place of joyfulness, of excitement. It's not going to have to be heavy and burdensome and like, oh, I'm bothering people. It's none of that. That's garbage. Okay. This is like, literally, like Fallon said, like you have like a stick of dynamite, and everyone has a secret stick of dynamite somewhere in their body. They just don't know it. And you're just going around and lighting these sticks of dynamite, and it's going to take off in a beautiful and amazing way, and people's lives will be transformed. But it starts with understanding we've got to focus more on the sponsoring than the selling and the sharing of product. Sharing product and selling product will create a nice paycheck for you. Sharing and selling the business will create a lifestyle for you.
Hey,
that's the difference. Yes.
Hey, Miss, I got one more thing. The other comment you said, your sponsor gave us the chance to change the trajectory of our life. First, I don't know, for those of you, and I'm just going to say this little thing real quick because I saw it come across. It's been coming across my Facebook feed more often. One of my favorite books, total side thing, is The Magic of Tidying Up. So apparently there's a Netflix, Marie Kondo is doing these videos. And I just happened to flip through recently and saw, I think it was episode 1, the beginning of it. And through the whole thing, the main issue that they were having was not organization, it was time. Like it screamed. I literally was like, I wish I could figure out this lady's name because I just want to call her and say, I've got something to fix that. But it just cracked me up how everything was fixed by the organization, which, okay, it does a little bit. But everyone is looking for time. And it is so true. We can change people's lives just by not being fearful to ask them to take a look. And I just thought that, like, it has popped in my head so many times that you hear a lot of issues just by listening is time and money. It's always the same problem. Time, money. We have the solution. Yeah. And so it's exciting.
No, I
that
love
I think it was Linda Parker that would say, oh no, it was Debbie Neal, how she gets real forceful and says, how dare we keep this to ourselves? Mm-hmm. How dare we walk away from that person not offering, or at least saying, hey, I know you don't know me from Adam, but would you give me a few minutes so I can share what I know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you just have to offer it. I mean, just as an example, last weekend when we were driving home from Disney, we stopped in somewhere Tennessee-ish area. Had an amazing. We went to Cracker Barrel because it's our favorite place to stop when we are traveling, and it is not 30 Days to Healthy friendly, but it's delicious. Anyways, the server was amazing. She was delightful. She had great energy. She just was wonderful. And when we were leaving, she wasn't coming out of the kitchen. I was like, I told Sunny, I'm like, just go pay, take the girls out. I'll be there. I'm like, I got to get this girl's info. So we connected up. I told her she was amazing. She told me she works full time. She's a single mom, works full time at an office, and she's doing Cracker Barrel on the weekends as her side gig, just to supplement her income. And so we connected. She was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so great. Da, 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 da. I reached out to her. I haven't heard from her. But it doesn't matter, because what I did was I gave her the opportunity for when the time is right to have a connection with me, so that she knows this could actually absolutely change my life. And that's all we have to be concerned about. I don't have to be concerned about, is she signing up? Is she responding back to me? Is she going to, watch a video? I just have to be concerned with my part, and my part is to share it, and their part is to decide where's the fit for them. Okay, so it frees us up a lot when we only have to be responsible for us, and then we get to let them decide what they want. So does anybody else have any questions, comments before we wrap it up? Nope. Okay. All right. I love you all so much. Thanks for hopping on. I'll repost this, and you can rewatch it if you want more of those little nuggets or tips or phrases I said. So, all right. You all have a good night, and thanks for hopping on tonight.